What's up, Gemini? I just wanted to jump in your energy for a bit and share some of my own energy. Feel free to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, reach out for one-on-one reading. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, coming out of collaboration. This is an energy of moving, something being illuminated with the moon phases. I know it was in Libra, the full moon. That has to do with relationship. Three of Pentacles in the reverse could be leaving a household or an organization, a company, no longer choosing to collaborate with someone. It's a very green energy, trying to get your balance, trying to get your start. If you're not a Gemini, feel free to cross-watch. Apply this if it resonates. Take it if it resonates. Apply it through the lens of your third house. You could Google that, what that pertains to. This is just going to be general, whatever story wants to come through. Feel free to watch the Taurus, the All Signs, and the Aries reading. They had some great messages, some good content come through. Yeah, I see a wish fulfillment, and I thought that's what I saw when the moon card flashed here. This is a wish fulfillment. Okay. This could be no longer having to rely on a third party for resources, for pentacles. No longer having to rely on some sense of output, some semblance of duty, or feeling as though like some obligation. Okay. This is more so moving on divine timing, energy frequency. This is also being aware of what energies you want to invest in. Okay, be wary of those that give your ego a squeeze or a boost in a negative way, like righteous indignation or snapping on someone for not using logic and reason. Now, don't get me wrong; those are high level capacities. That's for the high-minded, okay? And it's a part of kind of deprogramming us just being used on a logic and reason level, or understanding things, not used, but understanding life just strictly on a logic and reason-based level. Okay, the Empress in the reverse, giving birth to something, going through labor pains, some sort of falling out here, manifesting something, manifesting a new connection, manifesting some sense of being unified or whole or with the beloved, despite the external looks of something. It could even be like if you've had a crush on a coworker or anyone in your past, you could very much feel the feelings of being in union with them, being unified with the beloved, that which you desire. That's what manifestation is, okay? And I feel like that's what this is. Remember, relationship is just the language. But as we know, you could be in a relationship and still feel lonely. Just like you could have millions of dollars and still feel miserable. So remember, it's the energy language first and foremost. Which is why I think this is beckoning you to feel as if you are ready with the love of your life. How does that feel? Amazing, grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm kissing the ground, they walk on. I'm kissing the ground of just being, or having that position, or having that clientele, or having that money, or having that. It's like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Having that mansion or whatever that you want, resonate in the energies high vibrational energies that image leaves you with, which is gratitude in this instance, or excitement or joy, or just excited for what's to come. You know, that pep in your step, that momentum, that zip in your day. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're here for. That enjoyment, that pleasure. Okay? Yeah, I'm seeing like this energy of like a new tradition or a new union, or you marrying and merging those feelings as a part of your new tradition, your new practice, a spiritual practice. And it's funny because it has nothing to do with actually physically, three-dimensionally being in a relationship. Like I said, you could be in a relationship in the 3D, and that doesn't mean anything, because it could be toxic as all get out. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah, I'm getting that, like, I keep on getting this insight about, like, there's a certain end to, like, logic and reason. One of the kind of elevated levels that you're dealing with is, like, you will be presented with scenarios and situations that don't make sense to your perspective. And so don't necessarily be so betrothed to logic and reason as from your perspective, which is limited in your scope of knowledge and understanding. And so, in understanding where logic and reason ends and like sheer unconditional love begins, that's what you're, I feel like, trying to grok and integrate. Because logic and reason can warrant some terrific, or terrible, I should say, horrendous, atrocities, really, unfortunately. It could warrant that you, like, jump to conclusions or try to get a rise in some way that's not there, or try to get some sort of ego squeeze. You get the juice of the ego squeeze. Your ego gets charged. It's like you're showing up to like a butter knife fight with like a samurai sword. So it's something to be mindful of. Is like, don't necessarily like look to cut the heads off of someone that is not at your level, as far as like logic and reason. But as a reflection of your own internal agency, having nothing to do with them. Anything else in conclusion for Gemini Spirit? Anything else in conclusion for Gemini Spirit? See growth and expansion in directions that are not complete yet. Using like this space and time that you have. Seeing it as a resource, seeing it as real estate, instead of like a negative connotation of like whatever your kind of interaction with it is. You know, some people could say like, "Oh, I have a lot of time on my hands. Like I don't have friends or family that reach out or support me." Or no, you see it as real estate. See it as positive. Like in this space, I build my empire, you know. Very fascinating. In this space, I look to grow and expand. Okay? Yeah, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the silence. Don't be afraid of the space. Okay. Yes. The Hermit is saying be curious about it, because you're going to find your empire there. You're going to find your highest version of self. Right now it might feel some type of way because you have an old interpretation or understanding of it. But don't look at it with a sense of fear so that it rabble rouses anger, bitterness, resentment. Look at it as an opportunity to build that empire, to reach and strive for that empire. It's real estate for you to establish yourself. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? I'm just seeing that it's up for interpretation, you know. Anything else with the Four of Wands in the upright? Yes, manifestation, manifesting union, loving the life that you are creating, and creating the life that you love, and finding the different interpolations of it. Seeing the bright side of the coin. Yes. Very cool. See it as victory. It's a sign that you won. And it's like the victory is just being happy. The victory is being at peace. The victory is resonating in love, joy, peace, enlightenment. It's not trying to reason in the muck, in the dirt with whether someone who's doing something, however you feel about it, is right or wrong or unjustified or how dare they or no. The real victory or the real revenge, without it actually being revenge, is just being happy and satisfied and whole and complete. And being so good that you could even pay them a visit and pour into them because you realize that you're a wellspring of unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? And so you're jumping over that emotional immaturity, the injustices, what have you. You're not inherent to the war of, you know, being bitter or, you know, what have you. If that makes any sense. Because I could see that maybe in the past there's been a lot of calories burnt in, you know, trying to rationalize or justify or, you know, maybe you've inherited a war that your mom had with your dad, you know, to use that familiar example that's close to home for me. And you realize, like, It's actually boring. I've known it my whole life. Let me not make that my life. Because that makes the story about them. Let me make the story about me. And let me not live in their shadow. Let me cast my own shadow for myself. If that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate all your love and support, and feel free to reach out for one-on-one reading. Love you guys. I'll let you boy. Peace.